If I handed you a compass right now, you'd probably trust it with your life, without questioning whether it could ever fail. That would be a mistake, because there are real places on Earth where a compass simply stops doing its only job. Not because it's broken, not because someone interfered with it, but because the ground itself changes the rules completely. In one place, mysterious lights appear while compasses point in different directions. In another, a military rocket unexpectedly loses its course. And in the final location, satellites hundreds of kilometers above Earth must protect themselves from a growing magnetic anomaly below. None of these stories are myths. Every location has been investigated, measured, and documented by scientists using modern instruments. Yet despite decades of research, several of these anomalies still have no complete scientific explanation, leaving experts with unanswered questions. Today, we're exploring 6 extraordinary places where North suddenly stops behaving like North, and Earth's magnetic field becomes deeply unpredictable. A compass has only one responsibility: following Earth's invisible magnetic field wherever you happen to stand on the planet. It doesn't rely on GPS, satellites, or any electronic signal, making it one of humanity's oldest and most dependable navigation tools. For centuries, explorers crossed oceans and mapped continents, trusting this simple instrument because Earth's magnetic field remained remarkably consistent almost everywhere. But hidden across our planet are places where that invisible force behaves in ways scientists never expected to find. Underground minerals and massive geological formations can distort Earth's magnetic field, creating unusual magnetic disturbances scientists continue to investigate. One extraordinary anomaly originates nearly 3,000 kilometers beneath Earth, where powerful movements inside the outer core begin. Our journey begins in Norway, inside a quiet mountain valley where unexplained lights and failing compasses have puzzled scientists for over 40 years. Imagine standing alone in that valley at midnight, surrounded by mountains, complete silence, and darkness stretching as far as you can see. Then, without warning, a bright light appears above the valley floor, hovering silently before slowly drifting into the darkness. Sometimes it remains motionless for several minutes. Sometimes it drifts slowly between the mountains before disappearing. Witnesses have reported these strange lights since the 1930s, but for years, most scientists dismissed the stories as local folklore. Everything changed when investigators captured photographs. Then radar detected the lights, proving they were real physical phenomena rather than imagination. Researchers even analyzed the lights using scientific instruments, confirming they weren't simple reflections, camera errors, or ordinary atmospheric illusions. But while studying the lights, investigators discovered another mystery that turned out to be just as difficult to explain. Place 2 compasses only a few meters apart, and each one may point in a completely different direction from the other. Sometimes the needle spins slowly without stopping. Sometimes it refuses to settle, ignoring the direction it should naturally follow. At first, scientists believed they had finally solved the mystery, because the valley sits above unusual deposits of iron, copper, and zinc. Sulfur-rich underground water flows through these minerals, creating natural electrical reactions that behave almost like giant underground batteries beneath the valley. Those electrical currents generate localized electromagnetic fields, powerful enough to interfere with a compass and pull its needle away from true north. For the strange compass readings, that explanation fits surprisingly well, and most researchers agree the geological evidence strongly supports it. But one enormous question remained unanswered. Underground electrical currents cannot explain glowing objects floating silently through the night sky. More than 40 years of monitoring followed. Yet the lights still appear, the compasses still fail, and the mystery continues without a complete explanation. Scientists recorded hundreds of these events, some lasting only seconds, while others remained visible for more than an hour. Some lights appeared white, others glowed yellow, blue, or red, changing color without any obvious pattern. Researchers considered every possible explanation, aircraft, satellites, meteors, and even ball lightning. But none of those explanations matched every observation collected over decades of research. Even today, Hessdalen remains one of the world's most carefully monitored unexplained natural phenomena. As strange as Hessdalen seems, the next location doesn't only confuse compasses, it also interferes with radio signals across an entire desert. Welcome to northern Mexico, a vast, isolated landscape where everything appears completely ordinary until your navigation equipment suddenly stops behaving normally. Drivers and researchers alike have reported the same experience. Radio transmissions fade unexpectedly, leaving only silence where clear signals should exist. Long before scientists arrived, local communities had already given this mysterious region a name that perfectly matched its strange reputation. They called it the Zone of Silence, not because sound disappears, but because radio communication becomes unusually unreliable throughout the area. Then the compasses begin acting strangely. The needle drifts away from north, changes direction again, and refuses to stay consistent. Move only a few steps across the desert, and the compass produces another completely different reading, as if the magnetic field keeps shifting. Scientists eventually discovered something hidden beneath the surface: large deposits of magnetite, one of nature's most strongly magnetic minerals. The region also contains uranium-rich rocks, capable of creating electromagnetic disturbances that can interfere with certain radio frequencies under specific conditions. Together, those geological features explain much of the mystery, including the unusual compass behavior and many of the reported communication failures. It seemed like the investigation was finally over, until researchers noticed another pattern that made this isolated desert even more extraordinary. This region experiences an unusually high number of meteorite discoveries, significantly more than scientists would normally expect from the surrounding landscape. Some researchers believe the area's magnetic properties influence iron-rich meteorites, slightly altering their final descent toward this unusual stretch of desert. It's an interesting scientific theory, but despite years of study, researchers still haven't been able to conclusively prove that connection. Then in 1970, an unexpected military accident transformed this remote desert from local curiosity into an internationally recognized scientific mystery. The United States Air Force launched an Athena research rocket, expecting a routine mission with a carefully calculated flight path across the desert. Instead, something unexpected happened. The rocket drifted away from its planned course before crashing directly inside the Zone of Silence. Because the rocket carried sensitive equipment, the U.S. military immediately organized a recovery mission to secure the crash site. The mission was supposed to be straightforward, but the recovery team soon encountered the same strange conditions locals had described for years. Compasses produced unreliable readings, while radio communication repeatedly failed in areas where no technical problems were expected to occur. Investigators completed the recovery operation successfully, but the unexplained equipment interference became part of the official story surrounding the incident. Even today, the Zone of Silence remains one of the most unusual geological locations ever scientifically investigated. Imagine flying over Central Africa decades before GPS existed, when your compass was the only navigation tool keeping you on course. Now imagine that compass slowly drifting away from north, turning a routine flight into a potentially dangerous journey without any obvious warning. This wasn't an isolated story. In 1949, a declassified CIA report officially identified the Bangui region as a serious navigational concern. Long before satellites transformed navigation, governments already recognized that something unusual was affecting magnetic compasses across this enormous region. Scientists later mapped the area carefully, revealing one of the largest magnetic anomalies anywhere on the African continent beneath Bangui. The anomaly was undeniable, powerful, measurable, and consistently detected, yet its true origin remained one of geology's most persistent unanswered questions. Naturally, scientists searched for the source, and one theory quickly emerged as the most convincing explanation for this enormous magnetic disturbance. Millions of years ago, a massive meteorite may have struck this region, permanently magnetizing underground rock through unimaginable heat and pressure. Similar magnetic signatures exist at confirmed impact sites, making the meteorite hypothesis seem both reasonable and scientifically plausible from the beginning. But every strong theory needs strong evidence, and that's exactly where this explanation began to fall apart. Researchers searched for the impact crater, yet despite decades of geological surveys, no confirmed crater matching the anomaly has ever been found. And if that sounds impossible, the next location contains a magnetic field so powerful that satellites can detect it from space. Back in 1778, a Russian astronomer noticed his compass pointing away from north while surveying land near the city of Kursk. At first he suspected faulty equipment, but the strange readings continued, proving the compass itself wasn't the problem. More than a century later, geologists finally uncovered the remarkable reason hidden deep beneath the landscape of southwestern Russia. Buried underground lies the largest known iron ore deposit on Earth, containing more than 30 billion tons of iron-rich rock. That incredible amount of magnetic material creates its own influence, strong enough to compete with Earth's natural magnetic field above it. In certain locations, a compass no longer points toward geographic north, but instead toward the massive iron deposits beneath the ground. Most magnetic anomalies affect only nearby instruments, but the Kursk anomaly does something almost unbelievable, reaching far beyond Earth's surface. The Kursk anomaly is driven by billions of tons of magnetic iron underground, but the next location is powered by something far more unpredictable. Most people know Yellowstone as America's first national park, famous for its geysers, hot springs, wildlife, and breathtaking natural landscapes. What most visitors never see is one of the largest supervolcanic systems on Earth hidden several kilometers beneath their feet. Scientists have mapped a massive magma chamber, stretching nearly 90 kilometers long, 30 kilometers wide, and reaching deep below the surface. The enormous heat rising from that chamber feeds more than 10,000 geothermal features, including geysers, hot springs, mud pots, and fumaroles across the park. But this incredible heat creates another effect, one most visitors never realize is happening beneath the ground they're standing on. Every magnetic mineral has a temperature limit called the Curie point. Beyond it, the rock loses its natural magnetic alignment completely. Near Yellowstone's geothermal areas, many rocks become hot enough to disrupt local magnetic fields, making compass readings surprisingly unreliable. The effect is so well documented. Yellowstone National Park officially recommends using multiple navigation methods instead of trusting only a magnetic compass. The strange compass behavior is only a symptom, because the enormous volcanic system beneath Yellowstone is still active and still monitored perfectly. Every anomaly you've seen so far affects a specific place on Earth's surface. The final one stretches across an area nearly the size of a continent. Over South America and the South Atlantic Ocean, Earth's magnetic field becomes dramatically weaker than anywhere else at this enormous scale. That weakened magnetic shield allows energetic particles from the Van Allen radiation belts to move much closer to Earth than they normally can. Every satellite, spacecraft, and space station passing through this region faces increased radiation capable of disrupting sensitive electronic systems. NASA has documented computer glitches during missions, while the International Space Station carries additional shielding specifically because of this anomaly. Even the Hubble Space Telescope temporarily switches off some of its most sensitive scientific instruments every time it passes through the weakened magnetic field. This isn't an old mystery from history. It's affecting active space missions right now, every single day, as satellites orbit above our planet. After more than a decade of satellite observations, scientists confirmed the weakened magnetic region is expanding and changing faster than expected. Even more surprisingly, The weakest part of the anomaly has split into two separate magnetic centers, creating an entirely new scientific challenge. Researchers believe these changes begin nearly 3,000 kilometers below our feet, where molten iron constantly moves inside Earth's outer core. Think about what you've just seen. 6 real places where one of humanity's most trusted navigation tools suddenly becomes unreliable. A Norwegian valley of unexplained lights, a silent Mexican desert, Africa's mystery anomaly, Russia's magnetic giant, Yellowstone, and the growing South Atlantic Anomaly. Each location has been studied by scientists for years, yet every one of them still leaves behind at least one unanswered question. We can land spacecraft on distant worlds, photograph black holes billions of light years away, yet our own planet continues to challenge our understanding. If we have already discovered these 6 extraordinary anomalies, how many more remain hidden, completely unknown to us?